Hey Weirdos, welcome back to another video on my channel. This is the second of my X-Men makeups that are going on YouTube. This is actually the last of them that will be a full body paint. The rest are more focused on facial features rather than the actual painting going on. So about this makeup, which is probably what you guys care more about, I'd say it's pretty simple. The hardest part is probably commitment. And you're probably thinking like, wow, that is not difficult at all, but your boy has commitment issues. But something that is really fun and exciting is the Alexis Stone liked my makeup for this. And they liked my one for Wolverine. And listen, I love Alexis Stone. I love their work, and I guess they like mine too. Don't know why they like the Wolverine one, but this one it's like, hey, thanks. Anyways, let's just get into the video. Oh yeah, so I also completely forgot to mention that my lighting is super light because my camera isn't particularly good at picking up details, so I have to make things contrast a lot. So what I did with this makeup was I made my skin tone color light. I also made my lighting super bright, and I contoured a lot darker than most people should have. So I guess this tutorial is really helpful if you have problems like mine, but I do also recommend ideas for when you don't have that problem. So this kind of can go for like both kinds of people. Also, I don't know if the lighting issue did this or not, but I found that I looked more like Jennifer Lawrence's version of Mystique rather than Rebecca Romijn's version, because for my X-Men series, I originally intended to do the original X-Men cast because I kind of love that movie, but I didn't end up doing a lot of the characters because I wanted to put some of the newer characters, like the new Nightcrawler, Quicksilver, and Teenage Negasonic Warhead in, so I had to put a few people out. So yeah, I don't know if the lighting had the effect or if it was just my contouring was off, or maybe it was the scales, but I definitely do think I look more like Jennifer Lawrence's version. Definitely, I'd say Jennifer Lawrence's Days of Future Past. Maybe not the one in Dark Phoenix, because that's horrible. We don't talk about that. So now let's really get into the video. Before filming this video, I glued down my eyebrows. This is so the paint that I can add can go over my brows easily, because without that, it's just not ideal. I use this royal blue and light blue face paint to make this skin tone color. As I said in the intro, I had to make the colors lighter just so all the scales could show it better on camera. I think this is what made me look more like Jennifer Lawrence's version of Mystique rather than Rebecca Romijn's like I intended, because as you can tell by these lovely pictures, Jennifer's inconsistent makeup is a whole lot lighter than Rebecca's. If you're wearing this out or probably have a better camera than me, you probably want to do the correct color. As you can tell, I'm really crusty and lazy, so instead of mixing up some more paint, I use my filthy hands and place the makeup onto my chest, so yeah. Oh, wow, look, I used the back of the brush too. Crusty. Using the light blue paint that I used before, I'm using it to highlight my cheekbones, chin, mouth, nose, forehead, jawline, neck things, cheekbones, cleavage, which is so not anatomic, but guess what? I'm lazy, so I really don't care. Then I'm going back in with the royal blue paint and I'm contouring my collarbones, neck things, mixed up cleavage, which I fixed in this step. Shoulders, ooh, that's new. My nose, laugh lines, cheekbones, eye bags, lips, chin, jawline, and temples. Also, the facial contours were intended to match Rebecca Romijn's face, which came out more like Jennifer Lawrence's, but you can totally match it to your own contour. Using this black eyeshadow, I give myself kind of a smoky eye, except I don't really know what a smoky eye is. So I added this because I couldn't tell if Rebecca had eye makeup on, but their eye area was pretty dark due to the lighting and the references. Well, the whole movie, honestly. So yeah, that was my thought process. Then I take this dark blue eyeshadow and I add it on top of the black to help blend it in the skin. Using this royal blue paint again, I'm marking out the scales. I've done Mystique before when I first started doing makeup, though it's not very well, but here's a pic anyway. Disgusting! Yeah, please make fun of me, because I will make fun of me with you. Because of this, I kind of had a concept of what to do with the scales and what to do when you can't see the scales and you kind of had to improvise. I would have done a special effects version of this with either latex or glue, but I was too lazy, so I painted it instead. If you're having trouble with the scales, especially in the spots you can't see easily, I recommend either making circles or the shapes that are similar to the diamond looking ones in the center of the forehead, as those are the most common, I find. I also found it particularly difficult to add scales to the chest because there were so many in every X-Men movie Rebecca and has exceptionally dark lighting, so it's just hard to see them in general, so pretty much all of them are improvised. I did notice that the ones on the boobs and the lower parts of the arms, however, looked like they were lines and scales on them, kind of like a cactus, so I'd say that's the most accurate scaling that I did on the chest. Using the black eyeshadow again, I'm shading the scales. For the scales and lines on the boobs and arms, I just completely go over them because I'm too lazy to care to just, make a little line, so I just made a big old line. Also, if lighting isn't an issue for you, go ahead and add a dark blue instead of black because it would definitely look better, because if you look at a blue object, its shading is blue, not black. I had to add black because once again, my camera is slacking in the details department and I had to make everything contrast a lot. Finally, I take the light blue paint again and I highlight the tip of my nose as well as the scales. Once again, I'm lazy, so I just kind of dotted them everywhere and hope for the best. Also, enjoy this awful lighted, I don't really know what to call this, but hey, it's me, and I put this in the end of all my videos. And that was it for the video. If you haven't liked it, leave a like, and I love hearing feedback, so if you want to comment something, and subscribe if you want to. You don't have to, but I'd really appreciate it if you did, so you might as well just do it. It's free.